Hello and welcome to Coffee with the Angels. I'm Katie Kiefer of awakentheinnerlight.com and coffeewiththeangels.com. So Coffee with the Angels is an exercise that I do pretty much every day, and I sit down and with my first cup of coffee and I tune in and I ask the angels, what do we need to know today? What messages need to come through today? What do I need to know? What's happening here? Sometimes I have a question. So, you know, just so you know, today I've been feeling a little weird, felt a little strange going to bed last night. I thought it was just um, an issue maybe with sleep because my sleep patterns have changed, and we do have a lot of energies that are influencing us right now, and so I'm not quite sure what's going on. I'm just trusting that everything is going to go well. So, and by the way, today is March 6th, 2018. It is a Tuesday. Um, where are we at? We are the Tuesday after the full moon. So I'm not sure what's going on with that, but that's okay. So today I did have a question of why is it so emotionally challenging? And so I have also heard that as I've attempted to read through this and to do this, that this is a very complex issue. Why is it so emotionally challenging? That's a really broad question. There is so much that goes into this. So they did the best with trying to encompass. I'm hearing that we could write an entire book that would be like nobody would read it because it would be way too long and too big. So they did their best to try to bring things in, especially with the work that I do, which is a lot of belief and feeling work. And there's a lot of references here that I understand. If you don't, I encourage you to ask questions or seek just more information on your own for different things. So for me, I do a lot of belief work and a lot of feeling work, and I use the Theta Healing Technique to do that. It's actually what the Theta Healing Technique is most known for, or it's my understanding that that's what it's most known for. And it really is kind of a miracle for your life. It can also be a lifestyle, and I have chosen that for myself, largely because it keeps me moving forward. It keeps improving my life, and in so many ways, and it's really cool. So that's just my take on that piece. So asking the angels why it is so emotionally challenging. The angels say, you take things personally, as if everything directed at you is true. When another is mirroring you, there is truth there. But remember, it is also reflecting their human issues. You send out what is inside of you. You can only mirror something to another that you yourself have within. Likewise, you can only receive from others what you have been primed for, what you've previously experienced or prepared for. Herein lies the importance of perspective. One may perceive incoming stimuli completely differently than its originator's intention. You see this clearly in misunderstandings. Beliefs are built, reinforced, destroyed, and changed to an extent through experience. Be it your experience or that of another, beliefs travel quickly through mimetics. This is why media is so effective. Beliefs and perspective are linked deeply. How you perceive things is driven by beliefs. You can use this to further confirm beliefs, whether they are true or false. You can pause and proceed forward with curiosity. We encourage the curiosity because it opens you to new possibilities. Humans get quite stuck in their beliefs, and this can cause much suffering. The need or requirement to suffer is a belief quite common and even dominant in the collective still. You can change this. We encourage you to do so. You are learning to create lighter emotions in humankind. The density has become stagnant, and you are cleansing, clearing, and bringing in fresh flow. As a stagnant pond, time and consistency of flow are needed. The dense stagnation will dilute, yet sometimes you will encounter moments where the fresh flow has yet to make much change. You are bringing to humanity what is needed now, a new way of perceiving the world, a fresh view. We hear you saying it isn't new at all, and you are correct. You know this. Yet from the human perspective, it may seem new, and that is good. Here is your how-to. Approach every emotional encounter or thing with curiosity. Be open to the idea that what you perceive may be incorrect. As for the highest truth, ask for the highest truth and be open to receiving it. Allow your perceptions and beliefs to shift, matching the higher truth you receive. Continually improve your own inner state of emotional wellness. Be aware of your thoughts and thinking. Each one is a clue, a guide to what you really believe. Be aware of the interaction between your thoughts and feelings. This takes you deeper into what beliefs you hold. Be curious and in a state of non-judgment as much as you can. We know this may seem a huge mountain for some. Doing your best in each moment is enough. Like muscles, exercise builds your skills. Keep going. You deserve the freshness of experiencing lighter human emotions and feelings. It is your birthright. And that is the message of the angels for today. So, do you understand why I'm like, this was a really big, broad question to ask? And I think they did a really good job, actually. And the fact that we got a how-to is really cool. And so I'm going to go through each of the steps and elaborate a little bit as best I can, and we'll see if there's more that drops in. So approach every emotional encounter or thing with curiosity. So this can be a little challenging when you're triggered. So first of all, get curious about why you're triggered if you're triggered. It's really that's the best. I mean, if you are really deep in a trigger, if you can get curious as to why you're triggered and like watch yourself being triggered, that's big, because then you're no longer in it the same way. It changes it. And so the more you can get curious about whatever is going on, whether even the most beautiful things, it's like, wow, okay, how is this happening? This is really cool. And you believe that it's happening as you're experiencing it as best you can. It's like, how do we duplicate this? How do we get this to happen again? How does this work? This is really cool. Getting curious and doing the same thing when things are painful or they make you angry or whatever. If you can apply this to everything. Be open to the idea that what you perceive may be incorrect. So somewhere in here, I kept hearing, well, but it's intuition, but it's intuition, but it's intuition. What if it's not? This is where the curiosity is helpful. What happens if what we think is intuition really isn't intuition? Because it can and does happen. And it happens the most when we're triggered. That's what I'm hearing, is that when we're triggered, that's where we have that opening of misreading things and thinking that it's intuition. Or maybe there's a piece of intuition that's really clouded by what else is going on. So getting that discernment, and this is where The next step, ask for the highest truth and be open to receiving it, is so important, because if we can practice the pause and step back and get the highest truth and align with that, then we automatically will get discernment between what is intuition and what other things might be clouding intuition, because it can happen. And we're human, and that's okay. It just is. Since we're being gentle with ourselves is really important. So allow your perceptions and beliefs to shift, matching the higher truth you receive. Again, this goes back into, this actually will help develop your psychic senses. And I have noticed that for myself, that when I'm really not sure what's going on, I ask for the highest truth. Because I want to see the truth. And let me tell you, there have been times it has slapped me upside the head and been really, really hurtful. I mean, like life-altering, hurtful. But that's what I needed at the time. And so now when I ask for truth, I ask for truth with grace, with ease, with kindness. Didn't know to do that before. So now I ask for it with that. And grace, ease, kindness. Ask for the highest truth. I work to match mine, which usually is a download. Sometimes there's some other work that needs to get done, but a lot of times just the download of Creator, show me the highest truth of this and make mine the same. That's enough. And then I begin to experience things, and that's how it seems to work. But when you ask for the truth and you match yours to the truth, your truth to Creator's truth, it really is helpful in seeing things differently. You can view the entire world differently through the lens of the all that is, instead of the lens of whatever it is that created the judgment, the criticalness, or whatever. It makes a big difference. And yes, it's a process and a journey, and it's worth taking. Continually improve your own inner state of emotional wellness. Well, doing this will automatically create a continually improving state of wellness in every area. And the more you can own your own wellness, the easier that becomes, because you stop depending on other people to create that for you. By all means, if you need help, you need assistance, there's things that need to happen, yes, go get it. Ultimately, though, it's your responsibility to seek the help and to take the action and to take the advice and whatever it is. Ultimately, the responsibility still comes back to us as individuals for our wellness, and that is for all wellness: mental, emotional, spiritual, physical, all of it. Be aware of your thoughts and thinking. Each one is a clue, a guide to what you really believe. So, you ever have those resentment thought loops just start to loop through, and it's like you broken record and you can't get it to shut up? Ask for help with that, by the way. Usually mine gets replaced with music if that starts to happen, and I don't get it as much as I used to. I used to live in that, and I don't anymore. But occasionally they pop up. And so being aware of that, to me, is a clue of something that's going on. There are beliefs there. There's something, maybe a feeling that I need to have clarified through the all that is. I mean, it's a complex thing. Each step matters. Be aware of the interaction between your thoughts and feelings. This takes you deeper into what beliefs you hold. So when you pair thought and feeling together, that's where you get your strongest manifestation. So if you are busy experiencing a life where you're going, why is this happening? Why is that happening? What the hell? If you're in that, pay attention to your thoughts and your feelings and how they're interacting together, and start to unravel them. Get curious. Why do I think that? Why do I feel that way? Start asking yourself the questions, because that will help you uncover why things are happening. Because you can sit and meditate and be in this state of co-creation or deliberate creation. And if it's not working out right, there's just something else that's going on that's blocking it. Maybe you don't really believe it. Maybe you feel that you don't really deserve it. I have found a lot of things that I found the belief that I did not deserve to be loved completely, which meant I could not truly and completely love myself, much less let anybody else do it. Being aware of the interaction of your thoughts and feelings is vital to making changes and just discovering what's really going on so that you can make the changes, so that you can live the life you want to live, and that you can really just get closer and closer to your sacred self and bring that sacred self forward more. Be curious and in a state of non-judgment as much as you can. So, right into the one before, being in a state of non-judgment is probably the best thing you can do when you are looking at how you are thinking and what you're feeling. And get curious about it instead of judgment. We are taught to judge ourselves. How many of you out there, how many people do you see that they're their own worst critics? They beat themselves up while everybody around them can be praising them. You know, it happens. This is the program that we have. And it is a collective program, but it is also an individual program. And I know people out there who are going, well, it's not my job to do anything with the collective. Well, guess what? When you heal yourself, you are assisting the collective. That doesn't mean you have to go like suck things out of the collective to do. Some people do that as well. Unconsciously so, but it happens. So get curious, be in non-judgment, really take a look and get honest with what's going on. Because for you to make the changes that you want to see in your life, for you to be the change you want to see in the world, it's all an inside job. It all starts on the inside, because you can't send it out if you don't have it deep within. The vibration won't be there. What you think you're vibrating at may not be exactly what you are vibrating at. And it's just a matter of being honest and true with yourself and making shifts and changes. It's really, there is a simplicity to it, and there can be a complexity to it as well. Complexity, not complication. They are not necessarily the same. Okay? So, if you go to coffeewiththeangels.com, also in the YouTube description, there's a link to this blog if you want to see just the texts of the angels, which includes the how-to. So you can go check that out if you want. And you know, it's going to take me a little while to process this because there's way more here than I'm able to speak. And if you have questions, feel free to book a cuppa. You'll see a link below on the blog. On the blog, you'll see a link at the bottom. Well, a graphic that you can click on. So I hope that you have a fantastic day, and I hope that you have found value in this. And really, you know, it's just a practice. Every step, every moment is a practice. And it takes time to train yourself to do it. So be gentle with yourself. If this resonates with you, you know, do your best. If you would like help, you can, you know, ask me questions. You find a practitioner to help you. A theta healing practitioner would actually be really helpful for this kind of stuff because they understand the belief work. And there's other forms of belief work. I don't know if that resonates with you. Whatever resonates with you, do that. So I encourage you to step forward and step more into your sacred self. And this how-to list will help you do that. So I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.